Boo Buddies, and welcome back to my channel. Anya here, and we are 1 month into 2021 and ready to set up February. I am just going to check in with my Q1 cover and goal page before moving on to set up the monthly spread for February. I'm going very simple this month, partly because of the theme that I have chosen, and partly because I am trying to not go so flamboyant and crazy extra with decorating my planner, but actually just keeping it nice and simple and also pretty. So the theme that I have chosen is second Halloween, or Mardi Gras, or Carnival, depending on where you are from and what you call it and how you celebrate. So I am inspired my theme by the idea of Venetian carnival masks, and so I wanted to do bold patterns with color accents, and so I picked a something that I think is very akin to the Harlequin domino costume of black and white diamond pattern. So I'm just gonna start out by drawing out my diamond patterns, and then I will fill them in with a felt brush. And this is gonna go behind my calendar spread for February. And so nothing really fancy. Like, this is literally just 2 pens. I used a felt marker to color in and a finer marker to do the outlines, to get a nice crisp outline. But really, this could be done with 1 pen. And that's kind of what I'm going for these days, is keeping the supply list simple and easy without having to go out and get supply envy like we so often do. I'm not doing any red in my theme. I know red is kind of a go-to color scheme for February, what with Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is not really my thing. I prefer more the second Halloween that I get from the Carnival Mardi Gras style, and masks and parties and lots of flamboyant fun time and just lots of sparkle. And that is more my idea of what's going on with winter than Valentine's Day. I'm not opposed to Valentine's Day, it's just not really something I think about. So when I was setting up this cover spread and going with the design that I went with, I was really worried that it was going to be too simple and lots of boring, but it actually, when it comes together at the end, it's very, it is simple, but I think it doesn't feel simple. It feels exactly what I wanted it to be, which is that bold pattern and giving that idea of just crazy flamboyant Harlequin domino costume, so I know, like, it's Mardi Gras here in the States and Carnival in other places, but again, I was really inspired by the Venetian masks, where everything is just very pattern heavy and limited color, but very ornate in it. I was worried that only doing 1 pattern wouldn't be extravagant enough, but seriously, just the diamond pattern with the calendar blocks to contrast it, really, I think it works pretty well. For the fun bit, I have a gold metallic Sharpie, nothing fancy or special, just regular metallic Sharpie, and I am just going to go and give some highlights with it. And because this is a different type of ink, it covers the black pretty well, and it pops off the page, especially with the basic lack of color. So now the metallic is really taking over. I started out with just the gold on white and decided it wasn't bold enough, so I went back with my black brush pen, and then I went back over it with the metallic marker to put everything back on, because the brush pen actually blacked out the Sharpie pretty well, which I wasn't expecting, but it's fine. The metallic should go last on top so that it really pops. And then just kind of made sure that all the days of the week up top were nice and accented with black. For the cover/goals page that I do every month, I have my big trackers during my quarter one, and then I check in, and I'm going to do my monthly breakup from my quarter goals into my monthly breakup. I went with the comedy tragedy masks because one, obviously masks, because that's the theme that I'm going with, but I figured out that I need 2 spaces on my goals page now. I normally just have my goals for the month, so 1 nice space, but in December I made a package tracker, and then in January didn't have a package tracker and really missed having a package tracker. So every time, lots of online ordering going on, lots of subscription boxes, things, and just whenever things get ordered, it's good to know when you expect to see them show up and have something to tick off to say, oh yeah, that did arrive. Month after month, I keep going, did that come this month? Is that due to come this month? When is that coming this month? And so I decided I needed a second space for my goals, and to just have a little package tracker, because I really missed having that in January, and I think I'm spoiled now and I need that every month. So I decided that the tragedy mask should be the goals, because that's more serious, and the happy mask, the comedy mask, should be my packages and all the things that I order in the mail that come during the month. Like I said, just lots of limited color, just 1 gray for some accent. But this needed to be simple because, these faces are going to get written on, and they're going to be, they don't need to be too ornate. And then I'm just going to stick with the same color scheme of just black and white, and make the ribbons black. I thought about making them like purple or another color, and I was like, nope, keep it simple, just stick with simple, limited supplies, and I always think I'm happier with spreads and themes where I limit the supplies I use and actually go in with a plan of I'm only going to use these supplies, and versus just throwing things on there and using lots of stationery and extra things and getting uber fancy with it, because at the end of the month you turn the page and it's over, we move on to something else. So try and keep it as simple while still being fun and creative. I finished up the ribbons with one of my Posca white paint pens just to make it feel a little bit more shiny and fabric-like. And I mean, really, there's only like 3-4 pens I used for this whole layout, with a Sharpie felt tip pen and a Sharpie Metallic pen and a fine liner to really get the outlines on there, and then everything else is just background. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot to put the name of the month again like I did for January. So I decided to put it at the bottom because there was a lot more room down there and I wanted to use the space. So write that in gold with a nice fancy font. And now it's on to week 1 of February. And I am pretty excited. I feel like I've really gotten my weekly dashboard scheme down, where I've got the measurements laid out and just the right amount of space that it feels like a good amount of space. I don't feel like I'm cramped, but I also don't feel like I'm wasting space, and it feels like everything is being used in a great way. So I do all my habit and whatnot trackers up here in the dashboard, and I do them by week. So every week I do another tracker space up in my first column, or my first little block. And then I get my posting schedule going and my projects for the week. I'm doing more meal planning right now, so I got a menu space that goes up there so that I can figure out, so I know what's coming and what groceries I need to be aware of. And then I like a week at a glance. I like a good week. And I like my days to lay out so that they all fit on the same plane. And what I've been doing is actually using this empty space over here on the left side, on the very far left, by my days of the week, to divide the spaces, to be like, this is when these are my posting things, these are my tasks for the day versus any appointments. To finish off decorating this week 1, you just saw I used my Phomemo printer, my thermal printer, and I made a little Mardi Boo sticker that in Procreate, and printed it on my thermal printer. And then I have found these 2 foil washi tapes. They're just colorful, but they both were diamonds that matched the diamond pattern that I was using for the cover, and that is that just made me happy. It's nice and simple. It's lots of bold color, and I used some Tombow brush pens in Mardi Gras colors to kind of add some flair to Mardi Boo. I don't know if you can see it, but it is there. I'm just gonna touch up my cover a little bit with the gold and add some curly flair. I love the curly flair. I started doing curly flares as stress reliefs, little curly coos. This became my doodle stress relief of choice way back, back in my day, and I still love it, and doing it in the gold on top of the black was so much fun and so satisfying, and I think it really gave the overall elegant effect that I was going for, with the crazy bold colors and the crazy bold patterns, and just keeping it very simple. A lot of fun making this layout, even though it's really short and simple, and I hope it inspires you to do a lot with what you have. Thank you for watching, Boo Buddies, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.